Hello, folks. Lindsay Huddleston with Sports Psychology Solutions back for another mental health moment with a young man who is getting a lot of notoriety, come from a line of good folks all the way around, Mr. Robert Davis Jr. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
You're doing well. You know, I'm a good friend of your mom. I've been fortunate to be on her podcast through the nets with all the great folks, Sonny and Carol Bay Bush. But just looking at social media, man, I see you out here putting in your work, huh? That's what's going on with you, huh?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to.
Trying, no doubt you are doing it. So tell me, man, you're over at Farmington High School, sophomore season done, getting ready for your junior year, right?
Yes, sir.
And even had some Division I offers, from what I understand too. So tell me, what is keeping you motivated right now to keep the COVID-19 workouts, to keep staying inspired? What's motivating you right now?
The fact that I want to go to the league, basically. I got to work hard every single day, no matter what the circumstances are outside in the world or in my situations. I just got to work hard so I can go to college and actually prosper to be able to make it to my dream, which is to go to the NBA.
Okay, well, I like that here. It'd be good to know that I had an interview with you before you go to the league. That's a good thing. Well, so when COVID-19 impacted your life, and I know it impacted your life very closely with the impact it had on your grandfather and just being in your family, did you have to shift mentally to get prepared, or were you kind of already on that I'm gonna grind no matter what type mentality?
Well, at first I was thinking like it's going to pass over all of that and we just going to come back to normal in a couple of weeks to a month maybe. But I had to like shift my mentality from like chilling to working hard every day because I still have a dream and a goal to accomplish. And I'm not going to let anything just stop that because of what's going on in the world.
Oh wow, man, that's real heavy talk right there. So uh, a lot of your peers may easily be chilling right now, or it's like, kind of laid back. But I see you running some monster hill. I see you with the cones, and I know other people are probably working out, and it's not necessarily on social media. But what's so different about you compared to somebody else?
I'm not going to stop. That's it. When some people just work out to work out, some people just, you know what I'm saying, somebody tells them to do it, but I work because I want to be great. I want to make it to the league. I want to buy my mama a house. I want to do it all. I want to help kids that come from where I come from, just to let them know that they can accomplish all their dreams and goals. And anybody that tells you that you can't do it, they're just a hater at that point, because you can do it. You can do all things with God's help.
Oh wow, man, that's so powerful. So if we had some kind of technology where I can just sit you down and just put maybe like, just some glasses on you, and with those glasses I can see inside your brain, what's going to be different in your brain compared to someone else who's a sophomore, junior in high school as well? What's going to be different?
Probably the thought process. I think a lot. Some most people just do stuff, but my mom, since I was young, she told me to think before I act a lot. So I think a lot. I would say so. I think that, and if you train your mind, your body will come to it naturally, because your mind is the most powerful thing that you have on your body.
Right. So when it comes down to peer pressure, when did you get to the point where you were able to separate yourself from your peers, where peer pressure wasn't really the biggest thing, but I guess you were your biggest obstacle?
I think I set myself aside from my peers at a very young age because, one, I was always different. I wasn't trying to be like everybody else. I wasn't wearing everything that everybody else was wearing. I was just being myself, a kid that just wanted to go to the league and just a happy-go-lucky dude. Um, but since I was young, I was never the same as my peers, and my mom used to tell me that I'm different. And I can say that because I've done a lot of things that kids just my age just don't do. Like, I've met Barack Obama, the president of the United States. Like, that's not something that a regular kid just does. And since my mom has instilled that in my mind, then I know that I'm different, and I don't need someone else's approval to tell me that I'm me and I'm great. I can be great.
Wow, man, I'm stunned a little bit. I mean, I know you had a lot going on, but just to hear you say all that is major. You know, why do you think so many other young people don't take on this attitude, that you have?
I feel like social media and everyone else in the world just puts things in people's heads to make them think that they have to be a certain way when they really don't.
Wow, wow. So when things do start back, when school is back in, whenever that may be, how do you see things happening for you, the Farmington Falcons, your teammates, and things like that?
Uh, well, with my team, we getting right back to work. I know that for sure. We all of us, we have been working off season. I mean, during this whole COVID-19 thing, we've been giving each other workouts to do. We've been talking to each other, making sure that we good, making sure our family's good. Um, but in terms of my team, I think we just gonna get back to how it was, but in a more faster sense of we got to get this done
Right.
because we were this close to going like getting a championship, going to the Braves, all of that, and it was all taken away by this one thing. So I think we just need to prove ourselves to make sure everybody knows who we are.
Wow, wow. Now, here you are, you have a great mom, who's in your corner. You got a really good support system. You're on a team at a program that everyone is interconnected and working hard. What advice can you give to a young person who wants to feel the way you feel, who wants to have that self-esteem and that confidence, but they may not necessarily have the support network like you have. They may not necessarily have a mom or a dad like you have. They may not have a teammate like you have, all those things. What do you say to them to keep them inspired?
I would say to a kid that's like that, I would be like, just be you. You know, if you're you and you think that you're capable of doing such things and you believe in yourself first, you don't need anyone else to believe in you. And I mean, you don't necessarily need it. You might want it, but all you need is yourself and God. Like if you pray about it and you think that you can do it, it'll all come to you like that. As long as you work hard and you be true and you just be yourself.
Wow, man, I'm really taken aback. I mean, I'm not really that surprised by how you're presenting, but just to talk to you like that, I think is so important. And do you think a lot of young people want to be like that, but they just have challenges that stop them from doing that?
Yeah, yeah. I think some people think that they want to do certain things and be like a certain type of way, but it's a difference between thinking about it and actually doing it.
Wow, wow, wow. So, tell me what the rest of your workouts are like.
Well, I usually wake up. Well, now my schedule has changed a lot because we just started getting a lot of homework because it just started counting towards our grade. But I'll get up. Uh, I would run about 2 to 3 miles maybe. I come back, do a ball handling workout. I may or may not go shoot depending on the weather. And then I do strengthening for the rest of the day and my homework. And then if I get a little free time, I'll probably play the game.
That's it. And you go hard with it. Well, you said from the jump, you got to go NBA dreams and beyond. So let's talk positive after you make it to the NBA, after you had a successful career in the league, because I do believe in speaking positivity. What do you see yourself doing once your time in the NBA is done?
Um, Doing what I'm doing now, trying to build my brand, one, and two, just giving back to the community.
For
Um,
those who may look at your T-shirt and say, "What does 13,000 mean?" I'm familiar with it. Of course, you want to give us a brief history of what that means?
yeah, so I seventh through ninth grade and like some of my sophomore year, I went to UOB Jesuit, which is a private school.
In
It
Detroit,
cost,
Michigan.
yeah, it costs $13,000 to go there. But I wouldn't say that this shirt is a diss to U of D. I would say that when you pay your money and you invest in something and you give 100% to that, you should expect the same amount of hard work back to you. And this could go from it can go from somebody in the school, it can go from somebody all the way in wherever in any country, and you have to persevere through something. Just know you have to know your worth. If you know your worth, then that's all you need. Because I didn't necessarily get that in my head until really my ninth grade year, and I saw that they just weren't for me. Like my particular assets to them. I came there to be a good person, be a good student, and hoop. That's it. And I couldn't really express myself and be myself without them, you know what I'm saying, try to change something here and there. And I wouldn't compromise my self-being for anyone else's pleasure.
Wow. On that note, before we wrap up, because this is a mental health moment, I like to always share a resource called the Crisis Text Line. For any person who's having some challenges, they can text 741-741 on their phone. Again, 741-741 on their phone to get help. How important do you think it is for young people to be able to get help as it relates to their mental health or what they may be going through?
I think is a lot. Well, from me, I had this year from 2019 alone, I had 3 friends of mine commit suicide. And it's devastating to hear stuff like that, because I know that all of them, like, they wanted help, but they just didn't know how to seek it. And you can't always think that someone's going to come to you, because it's not always visible, because you can walk around with a smile on your face every day and not be okay at all in the inside. So I think it's very important for people to just reach out whenever they can, if they're feeling down or they're feeling sad or they just don't know where their place is in the world. Just reach out and tell somebody. It doesn't have to be an adult. It could be a friend. It could be really anybody. Just making sure that you communicate with someone.
Wow, that's really powerful. I want to give another resource, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, www.afsp.org, afsp.org. And if you go to my website, www.TheSPSEdge.org, there are resources listed too. So here's the final thing I'll ask you. What advice can you give to a young person out there who, one, may be needing some help, and two, how can you be someone that people feel comfortable reaching out to? You know what I'm saying? How can you be the type of person that, if you have a friend who may be struggling, they'll feel comfortable coming to you? How do you help someone with that?
Well, in my standpoint, when it comes to like the people around me, I think that they think I'm a good person to talk to. I like to listen more than I, speak to people, because I know some people just don't want to hear stuff. I know that they just want to tell you how they feel, and they don't want to hear anything else about it. And if you say something, it'll just trigger them like that. So honestly, to help somebody, just listen. And if you listen, they'll get closer and closer to you. And by listening, you can prevent them from doing so much to themselves. And if over time they'll allow you to speak to them, and you can invert things that you need to say to try to help them, get out of this state of emotion that they're having.
So you're saying being an active listener sometimes is being able to take in what people are saying. It's not always about having something else to say, but being a listener. That'll make people get closer to you and tell you when they really need help.
Yeah, and also not being like having sympathy, but have empathy for the person. Like having sympathy for someone, it can make they can just feel like you're sorry for them, and you just, what I'm saying, you want to help, but you don't really care about it. You just want to be sorry for them because that's the time and moment. But if they feel that you have empathy for them, and you actually want to help, it will make them feel so much better.
How do you sense the difference between someone being sympathetic and empathetic?
Well, it's a difference because it's all about like the mentality and emotion of the person, honestly. I could say like you're my friend and you're going through something, and you tell me, and I'm like, I'm sympathetic for you. Like one moment I'm telling you I'm sorry for all of that and everything, and then the next day I'm trying to laugh and joke about it and all of that. But if I have empathy for you, I'm feeling for you, and I feel it in my heart that I need to help you, because not only will it help you, it will help me be a better person.
So that sympathy is kind of like sorry, not sorry. You know,
Yeah,
or whatever. You brought up something one day, and the next day I'm cracking jokes and being very insensitive compared
right,
to being empathetic. Is that I know something's going on. I'm there to support you.
right.
Wow, very wise. Well, how old are you now, Robert?
15.
I missed that one. I was going to say something older, but I guess so. Well, listen, man, very impressed with you. You have nothing but a great future in front of you. You're a great basketball career. One of your highlight dunks is at my old high school. I played at Henry Ford High School, so I love seeing that as a backdrop. But I'm sure you're going to reach all your goals and more. So anything you want to say before we sign off?
For anybody that's watching, just, you know what I'm saying, be yourself and don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything. Because you can do all things with you believing in yourself and God's help.
From the mouth of babes, 15-year-old Robert Davis Jr., rising junior at Farmington High School, and looking to do some great things. Thank you for taking time and being with the SPS Mental Health Moment, and best of luck. We'll keep an eye on you, and I know you're going to do some great things.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
All right.